Welcome back to Experience Distilled. John Little and I have combined forces to help distillers navigate the headwinds facing today's industry. Today, we're going to talk about the best distillery events. Now, I'm not talking about event space, renting out a space for a wedding or a special VIP tour. I'm talking about big events that are draws for the entire community. They bring in people, they happen maybe only a couple times a year, and the whole community gets behind it. And the best distillery events that really put your distillery on the map. John, have you been to a really big distillery event? Did you have any at Smooth Amber that you really liked?
Yeah, I haven't been to some of the bigger events. And do you mean just at the distillery itself, or events maybe that have several distilleries at the event
Oh
together,
yeah,
in one
sure.
event?
You got a big whiskey tastings event like Indie Spirits Live. Yeah. What about some of the things that were a draw to Smooth Ambler when you were there that just brought the community in and everyone was just so excited about it?
We did a series. So Smooth Ambler is in an industrial park, and we did an event that we aptly named "Whiskey in the Park." And the industrial park, not exactly a regular park, but it was an event that we did once a month, I think, or once every 2 weeks over a period of a couple of weeks in the summertime. And we would have a band, and we had, a little small band. It wasn't like it was some jam out thing. And then we had like a pop-up, a restaurant we had a restaurant from Asheville, a restaurant from Charleston, West Virginia. We had the Greenbrier Hotel come. We had the Homestead, which is a very famous resort about an hour away from here. So we had them come, and they would do food, and then we would make cocktails. We have to give away. We can't sell cocktails, or at the time couldn't sell cocktails in West Virginia. So but it brought a lot of people. It was a low priced ticket item. And one of the things that we did, we were doing it for two reasons. One, to drive marketing, to drive awareness to the brand inside of the community. We were always kind of shocked that even after we'd been here 5 or 6 or 7 years, that people were like, "Oh, you're the best kept secret in West Virginia." And we thought we would like to be the worst kept secret in West Virginia.
The most well-known thing to do
The
in West
the
Virginia.
most well-known secret. That's right. So we did it for marketing purposes. We wanted to do it maybe three reasons. We wanted to do, as we said, cool shit, and we also used it to help generate revenue in the tasting room, visitor center room. That was a really big deal for us. So of the local things, that was probably the biggest event for certainly for a number of years. What about you? What have you been to?
Yeah, I love it when I go to a distillery to help them, whether it be an internal audit or cleaning up their TTB reports or, looking at some of their financials, and they have their big event, right? I remember one time I came down to Smooth Ambler on my birthday, and I don't remember what the event was, but like it seemed like the whole community, all of Max Welton was was at Smooth Ambler, and there was amazing food, and there was like a award-winning chef, and everyone was doing shots of pickleback, and it was just
That was probably Whiskey in the Park. Yeah.
that's probably, yeah, it probably was. It was just amazing. And what I like about big distillery events is that you can reach out to local radio stations, local news stations. The whole community just gets really excited, and they're anticipating it, right? Make it family friendly. Everyone comes out there. Local vendors can come out there and get some exposure as well. So at every level, it helps the community. Now, are you profitable or not? Did you ever make money on these things? That's
Yeah,
the question.
we were certainly counting the ones of all the money that we made afterwards. But but it is an opportunity to do some marketing for the area to promote what's wonderful about that. It's a good time for the employees. I guess you could also say it's a little bit of community outreach, right? You're getting people to see what's going on at the community, how you're growing, what your business is like, the additions you're making to the community, from the employee standpoint, tourism standpoint. So you can look at it in a number of different ways. And it was for us, again, it wasn't a big revenue generator, but it was certainly a really nice, we thought it was a really nice thing to do. We've had some events that we've gone to, outside of the distillery that have been really big. Maybe our favorite one that we've ever done no longer exists. It only existed for about 2 or 3 years early in our career. But there was one in Virginia that we went to called the Vices That Made Virginia. And so it was whiskey and tobacco and pork and oysters, and it was pretty much everything that happens in that Virginia area. So all these oysters from the kind of the Eastern Shore, pork and tobacco products, people smoking cigars, and there was lots of bourbon to be consumed. Everybody from A. Smith Bowman, to some of the small craft distillers. Smooth Ambler came over and did that, and it was the best event I think I've ever attended in any event in the 15 years of being at Smooth Ambler. It was truly magnificent.
Yeah, if you're whatever distiller, if you're get with your guild, try to put together a big event with every single distiller in your guild, anyone that's nearby. Try to make it such a level that people are excited about it, right? They'll be talking about it. Because as soon as they come to your place or some area or some big event, they're gonna want to get that feeling back. So they're gonna bring their friends and family next time. They're gonna bring, if someone comes into town, you're gonna, the your customer is gonna be able to say, I'm gonna take you to the coolest spot in my town, right? Or the best kept secret, right? That hopefully is becoming less of a secret. Yeah, bring
I,
in the food trucks, bring in, pop-ups. I mean, these are all things that I think any distillery can do, assuming it's legal in your state, and just try to, throw out some cornhole boards and some live music and hope, cross your fingers that the weather is good, and just bring your entire community in to show that you are a big part of the community and you give back. Have some charities that, come and are, get a piece of the proceeds, and just try to show everybody that you're part of the community. You give back, you employ the community. You buy from local farmers. All the things that craft distillers do really put it on a show, so everyone can appreciate you guys as the local, cool, hip place to be.
I can't imagine what, the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, KBF, does for tourism dollars and for the not only the money that's generated at the festival itself, but the people that stick around or come before or stick around after the KBF to visit all of the different distilleries. I imagine that's got to be a huge financial impact.
That's right.
It
I
certainly
think
seems like a lot of fun.
when you go to Bardstown, there's like three hotels, and they're totally filled out, sold out months in advance of the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. And I'm pretty sure they go pretty well empty for the rest of the year, but
Yeah.
I think they're trying to work on that. But yeah, if you're a craft distiller and you don't have a big annual or twice a year event, definitely think about having one. Bring everyone in. Plan to lose a little money the first year, but then every year people will be talking about it and they'll be coming back for more.
That's right.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much, and we'll see you guys next time.